Hello, everyone, and welcome to Scarred Lands, Sins of Shelzar, Dead Man's Rust, Season 2, Episode 6. I am your game master, Travis Legge, and I have a few announcements that I need to make before we dive too far into game. But first, I need to mute this tab so that I don't drive myself crazy hearing myself speak. There we go. That's much better. First up, before we dive into too much play, I wanted to make sure to remind you all that the adventure that we're playing through, Dead Man's Rest, is currently available for pre-orders on BackerKit. If you head over to BackerKit right now and pre-order your copy of this adventure, you can get access to the manuscript and access to all the add-ons and all the fun stuff from the Kickstarter. Lots of good things. So go ahead and head over there. I just threw that link in the chat. I also wanted to take a moment to let everyone know that the new Kickstarter was announced in the Monday meeting notes this week. It is Trinity Continuum Anima, and that begins tomorrow at 2 p.m. Eastern. You can actually head over to Kickstarter right now and subscribe to like the page, subscribe to the page, so that way, as soon as it goes live, you will have notification, and then you get to be right up top of the backers and get in right away. So I've thrown that in the chat there. Speaking of Anima, this previous Monday, we started running Story Path Showcase on a special night with a Trinity Continuum Anima preview. We did character creation session 0 on Monday, and we'll be playing every Monday at 7 p.m. Eastern throughout the duration of the Kickstarter. It's going to be a lot of fun. It's using the same group of players that we had for the Aberrant episodes, if you watched those. So you should know, if you did watch, if you know, you'll be in for some laughs. And then I also needed to brag a bit on myself, because today the advanced PDF for Party Beach Creature Feature, a jumpstart for They Came From Beneath the Sea, came out over at Drive-Thru-RPG, and I had the extreme privilege and honor and joy of writing this lovely tale. My X meets Y pitch for it is that it is a cross between Reefer Madness and the horror of Party Beach. So if you know, you know. Go grab a copy of it. It's $1.99 right now in advanced PDF. It's got everything you need to jump right into a game of They Came From Beneath the Sea, and find out how much you love playing in that world. When last we gathered here, the party had split. They had arrived at Reed Clan, and upon arriving there, found out that there were some Howl Legionnaires who were camped outside of the Reed Clan village, as there had been a bit of a social faux pas with some elders of the Reed Clan who were not interested in having outsiders present. Sergeant Telk, who is sort of the head of that group of Legionnaires, seemingly has offended at least one of the elders, and there was some discussion among the group about possibly helping repair that political breach. But the rest of you also found out that while Telk and a couple of the Centurions had remained there at Reed, the remainder of the group that was missing had moved along to the Bear Clan to handle some sort of inter-clan trading of favors and the like. If I recall properly, Alacles, Ithrin, Aland, and Charlie ventured into the Hornsaw Forest to make their way toward the Bear Clan village, while the remainder of the party remained at the Reed Clan, along with Drodaki, in the hopes of handling some diplomacy. Does that sound about accurate to everyone who was present last session? Excellent. Cool. So let's dive right in and get into the group that went to the Hornsaw had a bit of a run-in with a few elves that were members of the Hornsaw Sentinels. who expressly warned you not to kill any creatures while you were traveling through the Hornsaw, or there would be consequences. And then immediately you killed a group of flesh strippers that attacked your horse and the first Hornsaw unicorn you came across. You slaughtered mercilessly with no regard for the warning that was given to you.
That's not fair.
I love that we are just always so consistent.
To be fair, we flushed the flesh stripper rats down a river.
That's true. That's true. The evidence of that crime is probably not.
And also, to be fair, we tried to dodge the Hornsaw, but it came straight for us. So
yeah, we tried really hard to dodge it before it gutted somebody.
Yeah.
Oh, you know what? I believe I misspoke because if I recall properly, Sarah, when you started feeling well, the group hadn't actually forked yet. So I left you over with them back at Reed Clan.
Okay.
All right. So because there was this battle, a pitched battle that you had just basically finished deep in the Hornsaw, we're going to go ahead and shift our focus for a moment back to Reed Clan Village. Sergeant Telk of the Howl Legionnaires explains to Charlung, Haiku, and Charlie that effectively what had happened was there is an elder of the Reed clan who is like actively working against them having a presence there. He had hoped, by he I mean Sergeant Telk, had hoped to impress her, and so far failed to do so, really botched the first meeting, felt like he had really embarrassed himself. Some of the other elders mentioned that there has been a problem with some of the animals in the area, particularly some of the domesticated animals being slaughtered in the dead of night. And the elves suspect that this is due to a wild mock dragon that has taken up residence in the forest. Some of them believe that this mock dragon may have escaped from a Calastian warband. Either they were part of a dispatch into the Hornsaw that got destroyed, and this is one of the survivors, or for some reason they broke away from their party. But whatever the reason, this creature has now settled here in the very northern corner of the Broadreach. And they believe that it might be responsible. So they're sorry, I totally spaced out. The layer that this thing is living in is theoretically possibly nearby. They believe it is near the village, and it was recommended that you might be able to win some favor if you would go and take care of that mock dragon problem.
With that being said, we don't want to offend anybody, so make it clear you do want this thing dead, right? Because we don't want to kill anything that shouldn't be dead. If you were like mad about that, our group definitely is not about that. We're gonna listen to whatever you say. So if you want it incapacitated, that's totally doable.
If we want the dragon incapacitated?
Yeah, or is it just fully undead?
We want it not killing the animals in the region and causing an ecological problem. However you might choose to address that, as long as it's addressed in a permanent fashion, they don't much care.
Cool, because we are totally respectable about people's wishes and their customs.
Did Charlung or Charlie have any questions or concerns or issues that they wanted to bring up to.
Elicles' ear just like itched really oddly for some reason, and he doesn't know why.
That's fair. So yeah, did you have anything that you wanted to ask either, or that you wanted to ask Telk about before going further into the village to, I guess, find the elders, or do you just not want to get in the middle of this? That is also a viable option.
I don't know. What's everybody else like? Does everybody else seem interested in doing this? I don't really care.
Well, I mean, Haiku did just make a very strong point about respecting local customs and wanting to keep the people happy, which may very well lead Charlie to determine that Haiku must be possessed or poisoned.
Perhaps, I don't know. I tend to err on the side of the prime directive, for lack of a better way of saying it. But I don't know, kind of like
Whatever's going to help us advance our goals a little further. If that's getting these people on our good side, that couldn't hurt.
I suppose it's at least worth listening to.
Sure.
So, talking to the elders about information on this dragon thing.
Yeah. Any objections from Sherlong? Beautiful. All right, you all start making your way in to the village, and you head to the marketplace. You're almost immediately, like as soon as you step into the village proper, you can very clearly see that several of the local elves are kind of eyeballing you a little bit, almost as if like the guard is aware that you're somehow allied with those strangers from outside, and that maybe makes them a little bit leery of you. But you come in, you see sort of like this main central market area. There are a number of what look like residential tents, probably. You can also see that there are clearly some tents that are shops. They have signs hanging out front and whatnot. You notice that all of the buildings here are on like wooden stilts, effectively. And there is kind of just effectively like a marshland that you're walking through. So as you're walking from hut to hut, you're about ankle deep in like muddy marsh water. You're approached by a pair of guards who welcome you to the village and then say, Mother Letha and Piantos would like to speak with you.
What was the second name?
Piantos.
Pea and toast. Oh.
Yeah, can you
Yes.
spell that?
Hmm.
Piantose.
Oh, okay.
Is that how P is spelled? Is what you were thinking about? You know, I can't read. Is her name literally Pea and toast? Hey, when in Rome, you know.
I assume you're going along without any real resistance.
Yeah.
No.
Sweet. You're brought up to a hut that looks like it's made mostly out of stone. Like there's some carvings in it. Looks like maybe holy symbols venerating Denev. And you can see that they're gathered. There's two elderly elven women standing out front. They both look like they're extremely venerable. Most elves don't start getting wrinkles until about their 700th year or so. And they're both definitely have crow's feet, definitely clearly very aged. The Mother Letha, the lighter haired of the two, turns and looks at you and greets you with a warm, friendly smile, while the other sort of scowls in your direction and just starts looking real hard at Haiku, like super duper uncomfortably at Haiku. Can we help you? She says. Mother Letha says, forgive my associate. She's less, perhaps, friendly to outsiders than we might like.
Yeah.
My name is Letha. I am the mother of this village. I saw you were outside. Well, the guards tell me you were outside associating with our strange visitors from the Leaning Valley. Is that correct?
Yeah, I suppose. I'm Haiku. These are my friends.
It is lovely to make your acquaintance, Haiku. And she sort of nods a little bit, and you see the other one, the dark-haired woman, like roll her eyes. And Mother Letha says, I had spoken to the Hollow Envoy about handling a pest. Pintos was not thrilled about the plan, but is willing to entertain their audience if the pest can be removed. Would you be willing to work with them to ensure that they do no damage to the area while in the process of removing the pest? And you see she sort of side eyes Pintos while she's speaking, almost as if she's mocking and or placating her fellow elder.
I believe it's why we're here. We want to help that and assist any weird bridges that you might have or apprehensions.
The dark-haired elf says, bring me the dragon's head, and they may enter the village, not before. She turns around and walks back into the stone hut.
A melodramatic one, that one.
Mother Letha chuckles a bit. The Hollow Legionnaires complimented her on her youthful appearance given her advanced years.
I assume that's rude.
Quite.
Well,
I would recommend against it.
Noted. So this dragon, where is it most likely to be at?
She says, we believe it layers in the northeastern corner of the marsh.
All right. We will be on our way, I guess. We're going to try our best to get this.
May Zenev watch over you.
And also with you.
You three start making your way over that way. Are you going to make any preparations or do anything before you head out into the marsh itself?
Get me some wading boots.
Okay. Put on some rubbers.
Yeah.
I'm going to wait. Oh, this is last. Oh wait, never mind.
Okay.
Spell only lasts for like an hour, so I'm gonna wait till we get closer to it.
Any preparations from Charlie?
I don't think so.
Where's everybody else?
Everybody else went to the Bear Clan village.
When were we supposed to expect them back, or what was the plan to meet up?
They were gonna go there, see what was going on, and come back. It was like, what would they say, like 6-7 days of travel going throughout your planning? Is that correct?
Was it like about a week one way,
Yeah.
give or take? And I think we've been on for a couple of days, right?
Yes. That is correct.
Well, I let them know that if our group returns looking for us, they should tell them where we head.
Excellent. Yurdaki says, do you need myself and the young bard to accompany you, or do you mind if we stay behind here? I have some business I'd like to attend in the village.
It is your
And
pleasure, Cruz, sir. Whether or not you want to come is totally up to you.
All right. Him and Ravenna stay behind, and the rest of you make your way out into the marshes.
They're kind of useless in a fight anyway. Probably for the best.
Who is going to handle the navigation through the marshes?
That's a survival check, right?
It is.
Oh, no, not me, Dan.
Yeah.
I mean, I technically could, but it's not great.
Well, your jack of all trades is better than anything we got. So
Yeah, I have a negative in survival.
yeah,
I have a
negative.
+1.
I have a -1. Also.
Okay, I have a +1, so I'll do it. Okay. 19.
Nice. You get out there and you're able to navigate pretty well. In fact, you're only out there about 45 minutes when you find what you're reasonably certain is traces of this creature's passing. You think it might be layering like pretty darn close by.
What do I know about these creatures?
About mock dragons?
Yeah.
Why don't you go ahead and give me just a Arcana or History? If either of those is better than the other, you may use the...
They're the same.
Okay.
13.
Okay, so...
That's not nothing.
That is not nothing.
And I'll take it.
You know that mock dragons are used primarily as the mounts of the Calastian Dragon Knights. They are sort of they're called dragons, but they're really not necessarily. They're more like a drake that has been twisted through magic and through now through 200 years of Calastian breeding.
Can they speak?
No, they are not intelligence in the sense that like a dragon. They're much closer to an animal intelligence.
Okay.
They're not the way you would think of like a standard dragon. And aside from mock dragons, the only dragons that have been seen on Calastia since the Divine War are rack dragons.
That didn't help me any.
Rack dragons are dragons that were created by the Titans. They're made out of like a mixture of elemental energy and corruption and suffering and pain. They're not necessarily living creatures. They're basically like almost elemental. The naturally occurring living dragons all fled at the end of the Titans War and have not returned as far as anyone knows.
So if we found it's like den, I'm gonna cast Chameleon Skin on myself.
Okay. You do so. Any spells as you're approaching where you think the den may be?
Are they known to den like underground or in a cave, or like what are we expecting?
It's a little hard to predict how a mock dragon is going to behave in the wild.
Okay.
Because they're effectively a domesticated species of dragon. Your guess would be, I guess make
Could I
a
do
nature.
an animal handling?
Animal handling would be great, actually.
9.
Your best guess would be that they would look for somewhere that would remind them of like their pen.
Okay. So I tell people to look for like, I don't know, like an enclosed area of bushes. That's where we'll probably find them.
How big are they?
Mock dragons, they're about the size of like a horse, like a war horse.
Like a large creature?
Yeah, they're huge.
Oh, they're huge. Okay.
Yep. So think like a massive, like big old Clydesdale-y kind of thing.
I just think in the old days we would have had Tan just fly up and look for us.
Right?
Yeah. Only. Why isn't?
Are you going to scout ahead, Haiku, or are you going to just wander with the group but with Chameleon Skin on?
Yeah, I'm stealthing ahead. I'm looking around for this thing.
Sure. Go ahead and give me just a stealth check. And the Chameleon Skin gives you what advantage on that stealth check? Is that correct?
Yeah.
Glorious.
So 15.
Okay, cool. You start sneaking through and you come up to an area where the marshland sort of ramps upward to a dry space, and you see some rocks look like they've been kind of pulled together, like dragged across the muddy ground near a cave mouth.
I'll like signal. Oh, they can't even see probably because I'm like, I'll just whistle, I guess.
Okay, you whistle.
Head over to where he whistled from.
Same.
All right, the two of you start making your way down that way. However, you also notice that in response to that whistle, you see a mock dragon come crawling out of the mouth of this cave to the south.
That looks like a dinosaur.
I like cannot. Okay, never mind.
I think it looks like a Pachycephalosaurus.
Center on me.
Bless you.
It's kind of looking around a little bit. Are Charlong and Charlie going to try to hide as this thing is
Yeah, that's
stepping
probably
out?
not a bad idea.
Yeah, I'm using the hide action too.
What do I roll?
It would just be a stealth check.
Okay. Oh, this is the best day because I have lucky still, right?
Yes, you do.
Wait, do I? Do I?
Do you? Don't you?
Did I not take
Did you
lucky?
not take lucky? That's funny.
Did I challenge myself to not take lucky? Hold on. I do have my inspiration though. Yeah, I guess I'm using my inspiration. And now that one has to sit over there because it's in trouble. What it did to me. Okay. You said stealth?
Yes.
Oh, that's a Total of 20.
Excellent. You go up a tree and like crouch on a branch and get all very cat-like up there.
I'm getting lucky next.
Charlung, what'd you get on your stealth check?
Sorry, my brain was a little confuzzled while we were hearing the story. Do we know that this thing is like wild and can't? They've tried to like approach it and tame it, or no?
No, they just said to get rid of it.
Okay. I'm gonna see if it responds to any commands at all with animal handling. Try to get it to like stay.
Sure. You can make an animal handling check at disadvantage.
Sure.
Mock dragons are trained to eat orcs. Go for it.
Yeah.
I love that sure you gave him.
Well, I mean,
yeah. I want to say I did get a 17. That's
got a
subject to
15.
Oh, that's not too bad. It comes out and it's like, as soon as you step forward and like start making some noises at it and trying to like, Crocodile Dundee with it a little bit, it like turns towards you. Its ass goes up in the air and its nose like hits almost to the ground, and it starts like curling its lip upward and like kneading the mud in front of it with its front paws.
Oh shit! I think I'm food.
Anything further you'd like to do?
I was assuming that was my action, so I was gonna let everyone else react.
You're not quite in combat as of yet. Nobody has actually attacked it, so it doesn't seem to have spotted either one of you.
Can you all take advantage of the fact that it's gonna come right for me? I make some like aggressive roar back at it.
Okay, make an intimidation check. We'll see how that goes for you. You'll also have disadvantage on this check.
Oh, I doubt it's gonna get worse than a 10. Yeah, 10.
Can I use like thaumaturgy to like assist with his intimidation somehow by like, can I boost him in some way?
You could cancel the disadvantage that it would generate.
It still would have been a 10. It's fine.
Ah.
All right. Are either of you, while you're hidden, taking any action as this mock dragon? Like, you see it, like, it's not being particularly spry in so much as, I mean, it's really like telegraphing for the whole world that it's about to pounce on the sword.
I'm gonna Eldritch Blast.
I'm gonna hex.
Excellent. You can make your Eldritch Blast attack roll with advantage, and Hex is a save on its part. Right?
Oh.
It.
Shit, I got a man down.
Nope, it just gets hexed. It has to make ability checks on one thing that has disadvantage on, so I can just choose like if it wants. So I gotta I will give it disadvantage against wisdom.
Okay. You'll have disadvantage on wisdom ability check. That's just ability checks, though, right? That's not saving throws, or is that also saving throw?
Let's see.
I think Hex is just ability checks.
Yeah, just ability checks.
All right. Rock and roll.
I got a 19 and a 15 to hit.
Oh, yeah. You tag it. Go ahead and drop that damage.
That's fucking 6. Dumb.
All right, you blast the sucker. It lets out a ear-piercing shriek and draws in a deep breath. I would like everyone to go ahead and roll initiative, please. Everyone who's present in the scene.
20, not natural.
Oh, same.
13 for me.
I lost a die and I'm upset about it.
Oh, noes.
God,
I
it
know
wasn't
the
a
cat will
wasn't a
find it eventually.
D4, was it?
No, it was a 20. The
Oh,
cat will
phew.
find it eventually and it'll get tossed around, but
D4 is dangerous to lose.
One
Yeah.
more time. Yeah, especially because we tend to stay barefoot in this house. Haiku, what was your initiative?
20, not natural though.
Beautiful. Charlotte?
1, 3, 13.
And Charlie, you've gotten a what?
20 also.
Beautiful. All right. Haiku, you can kick things off. What you got?
I'm gonna hit it with a Psy Bolt.
All right. Now you're still hidden, correct?
Yes.
And Cybolt is a targeted spell, correct? You make an attack roll. They don't make a saving throw.
Yeah, it's attack roll. Yeah.
Then you have advantage.
Oh, sick. Oh, so close to natural 20, but I got an 18.
18 will hit. Go ahead and drop that psychic damage. You're gonna piss this thing right off.
So that's gonna be 2 psychic damage, and then I do hex damage. And that's gonna be 2 hex damage also.
Excellent.
How big are the squares?
The squares are 5 foot.
You get your sneak, right?
Sneak attack does not apply to spells.
And then taking damage from the Cybolt means it has to make a wisdom save or suffer disadvantage on its next attack roll. So it has disadvantage on the wisdom save, and then if it fails that, its attack rolls are a disadvantage also.
Nice. Look at you working that warlock build.
Yeah, you know.
What is your save DC?
That's my warlock one. So 14.
Okay, yeah. It will have a disadvantage on its next attack.
Sick.
All right. Is that your full action routine, Haiku? Are you going to move it all?
I will probably get in a more advantageous position. I'll go here since he's probably gonna charge at Charlong.
Okay.
All right, so you're gonna run across. You're still under chameleon skin. So go ahead and give me a stealth check. It will negate the advantage from chameleon skin because you shot this thing. So like,
Cool.
It's like a tracer round came at it. So it's kind of looking back at it.
It's gonna be 22.
Oh yeah, you predator your way across and it loses track of you, but that's fine. Charlie, it is your action. What would you like to do?
I'm gonna do something real dumb. I'm gonna
Ooh.
move to here,
Oh,
and then I'm gonna cast Violent Scream at 3rd level.
Excellent. Please let me read out what Violent Scream does.
Each creature in a 20-foot cone must make a Constitution saving throw. A target takes 3d6 thunder damage and becomes deafened or for 1 minute on a failed save, or half as much damage on a successful one.
Beautiful. And what kind of save was that? I'm sorry.
Con.
Excellent.
It's not great, but it's probably gonna miss.
I did get an 18 on that save, so we'll
yeah.
still take half damage from thunder.
Half. Okay. $11.
Is that 11 raw? So
Mm-hmm.
5, 6. All right. That brings us. Any other actions, Charlie? Any bonus action, anything like that?
Oh, I'm gonna give Bardic Inspiration to Charlong, even though I'm gonna get smushed.
Nice.
But at least I can do something nice on my way out.
Okay. You inspire Charlong. And Charlong, you are quite inspired as the mock dragon does in fact leap forward directly in front of Charlie, landing like nose to nose with you. And it opens its mouth.
Does it provoke an attack of opportunity?
It does not provoke an attack of opportunity. A, because it's not moving out of your space. B, because its flying leap does not provoke attacks of opportunity. And as it opens its mouth wide, a toxic mist shoots out from its face in a 15-foot cone.
Advantage though, right?
Not on a breath weapon, no.
Damn.
Only on an attack. So Charlong, you are just outside of the radius of this effect. Charlie, however, you are not.
I knew I was getting myself into this. It's fine.
I need you to make a Constitution saving throw, please.
Turnabout is fair play. Ooh, that's only an 8.
All right. So you are going to take. You're blinded for 1 minute. You take 9 poison damage, and you can continue. You can make a con save at the end of each of your turns to end the blindness.
Okay. At the end of my turn?
Yeah, at the end of each of your turns.
Okay.
And that is its action. And that brings us to Charlon.
Cool. I'm going to use my aggressive bonus action to run up into its face next to Charlie. Grab a hold of her, and then use Thunder Step to teleport the two of us on top of this little grotto over here.
Okay. It needs to make a con save. When you
Con save DC 14 for half of 3d10. Which was not very great.
You.
12.
Makes it save, so it takes 6. Excellent. You teleport over here. Bop, bop. It is confused for a moment. That brings us back to Haiku. But we're just gonna pause that scene as we draw our attention across the Hornsaw Forest. So while the rest of you are considering your actions, the distant travelers, you might say, you've rested. You've gotten yourselves back on the road, as it were, and you are following the trail that was left to you by the Legionnaires. Was there anything that you wanted to do before you headed out for your next day of travel?
I assume we didn't rest next to the corpse, right?
No, you took off a little bit and got
okay.
some distance. I believe we established that.
Yeah, I think I remember we tried to push it into the brush or something, and then I think I cast it. I know it didn't last long, but I cast like protection from good and evil on the corpse just to try to mask it for a little bit while we got away. I didn't know if that would work or not, but just something.
Yes, you gave it a shot.
Yep, gave it a shot of steroid vaccine or something.
Right.
I just saw the map change.
Yay! But you said we got a long rest?
Yes, you were able to take a long rest.
Oh, thank God.
And I need you to make a Constitution saving throw at the end of that long rest, please.
I can do that.
You will make this Constitution saving throw at disadvantage. You have advantage on con saves to resist poison, though, correct? Or
Yes, I
disease,
do.
rather, I should say.
Yep.
So you'll make it normally. And you benefit normally from your aura and all that stuff.
That was bullshit. 11.
Right. I would like to remind you, you do begin the game with inspiration. Well, you already had advantage.
I do?
Yeah, you began each session with inspiration.
Oh, I'll use that.
All right, give it a shot. We'll see how it pans out for you.
Composite 20 then.
It's exactly what you needed. Though you did lose that other point of your hit points, the disease hasn't advanced to the point where you take another level of exhaustion yet.
Okay.
And as you're walking along, Corey, if you would be so kind as to change your character to the other character I just added to you so that you can see what's going on the action map. As the three of you step through a particularly thick area of thickets following this trail that Ithrin has discovered, Alan, do you start? It's just funny. You're the only one, but you start you start seeing your breath, and like your hair starts to stand up on the end, and like it's dropped probably 20 degrees as you step out the other side of this thicket.
You okay?
Is it me or is it freezing?
Kind of hold my hand up. Be like, I'm not sure. It has to get very cold for me to notice.
I'm not that cold either, but looks down at her amulet.
Yeah, oh my god, but you occasionally get frosted eyes.
The amulet doesn't seem to be having any strange reactions, but as you look down, you do see there's a thin layer of frost on the ground.
Is that and I can make a nature check if you want me to. Is that out of season for this particular part of the world?
Yeah, you don't need to do that. You don't need to make that nature check. It is very much out of season, yeah.
Okay. Something odd is happening.
You hear light chanting noises to the northwest of you.
Great.
Is that the direction we gotta go?
Yes, it's the direction of the
Yeah.
tracks, absolutely.
I mean, I think one of us should probably scout ahead.
I'm a glowing ghost man in armor on a magical glowing horse. Probably not me.
So not you. I'll go if no one else wants to. I mean, I'm not that good, but I don't suck.
What's your stealth?
+2, but I have advantage.
Oh, you're probably the best one of us to do that then. But like, I'll ready my bows, like, but like, I'll cover you.
Okay.
Let's see.
I'll be back as soon as I can.
I have a short bow, so I can ready a short bow in case. Actually, no. How far away does it sound?
Not terribly. I mean, if you look up, you can see there's a small gathering at the base of a tree up ahead.
Okay, I'll keep sword and shield out since I'm on a horse and can move pretty quickly.
All right. You're gonna bop over there stealthily, Ithra?
Mhm.
Go ahead and give me a stealth check if you don't mind.
Oh, thank goodness for advantage, because that was a 1. And that's a 9, 11.
All right. As you're sort of creeping up, you like step on an extremely dry and cold twig. It snaps, and you see like a elven boy. I mean, this kid looks like he's in his teens. Like his head like pop up from a circle of people that are sort of like almost like bowed in front of him. And so like he pops up and looks. I need you to make a history check real quick.
Oh, it's +0, 14.
You can have advantage. Well, 14 will be fine. You won't need the advantage, but you've seen these robes before. He's wearing, despite looking for all the world like a Broadreach elf, he is wearing the black robes of a wizard of Glividatel. And you see the people that were bowing around him as he's chanting by this tree, all like stand up and turn, and flesh rotten off. There's zombies with him. And he says, "Who goes there?"
All right. So I have like kind of a weird question.
Sure.
There's a whole lot of like animal races in this game.
Yes.
And like there's still like real rats and real horses and etc.
Yeah, absolutely.
Would it be possible for me to make a deception check to just be like, I'm a forest monster with clothes, leave me alone?
I mean, you can try. Yeah.
Okay.
You can absolutely try.
So Ithrin will just like drop to all fours, hopefully behind like a bush or a log or some forest debris, and just like switch her tail back and forth.
Okay. Go ahead and make that deception check.
Oh, good God.
Oh, Jesus.
I rolled a 1.
He says, "You will surrender to the wizard Seemar," and runs forward.
Nope. Charge.
All right, you're charging forward with your.
Yeah, no.
I'm
If he's
gonna
like, you're gonna
shoot
surrender, like, if does this? I assume this looks and sounds aggressive.
Yeah, very
At
much
a
so.
distance. Yeah, no. Full speed ahead on my mount.
As soon
And I
as
will,
As soon as I hear that.
I'll longbow him from here.
All right. You go ahead and make your attack check if you don't mind there, Alan. And I'll give you advantage because he's not aware of your presence.
Okay. Attack check.
Killing everything you guys come across.
He doesn't count as a creature of the forest, okay?
I'm gonna use my inspiration.
Oh, jeez.
I only
that,
rolled
didn't ta-
7.
that didn't take us long, did it? Go through 2 of our groups 3.
I believe it was 3 because I think
Oh yeah.
Charlie used it too.
Oh wow. Yeah, we're great at this.
Or what-
All right. That was the 23. But I'm not aiming at his head. I'm aiming at his shoulder or something. Like,
Okay.
I don't want to kill him. I just want to slow him down.
Sure.
Out of character, I know.
Go ahead and roll your attack.
I have
Or, I mean, roll your
question.
damage, I should say.
I have a question, Travis.
Yes.
7.
Excellent.
So I know that like these necromancers are like a thing, and that while necromancy is taboo, like not everyone uses it and practices it in like evil ways.
Yeah, necromancy is not even really considered a taboo.
It's not even taboo. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, like, one of the more respected societies on Skarn is built entirely on necromantic labor.
Right. And there's also necromancy. There's a difference between necromancy and like raising corpses to do your bidding. How are those? I guess long story short, how would a paladin of Corion feel about somebody trailing around with a host of undead?
In and of itself, the presence of undead is distasteful, but not like you might find in other worlds in the multiverse where it's like must destroy the undead. However, the paladins of Corion absolutely have just no love for the necromancers of Libidatal. It's just like these people are irredeemably evil. There's no point. You know?
Would I with the proficiency in religious training recognize the robes that he's one of the ones from the not good city? And
yeah, I would let you go ahead and make that as a religion roll, and I would let you make that roll with advantage.
Composite 20.
Okay. Yeah, you absolutely recognize both of those things to be true.
So as a paladin of Corion, recognizing who these are, I'm probably a no mercy on this guy.
Yeah, it's fair. It's a fair assessment. And you're going to just use this action to charge toward them, correct?
I'm going to move and dash. Well, actually.
So you're not that far from Mount Think. You're 75 feet back.
So my mount has a movement of 60 feet. So I'll move 60 feet straight towards him.
All right.
And I will use my oath channel divinity sacred weapon as my action. So I'll charge 60 feet straight forward as I draw the blade and take it and kind of shield bash it into the symbol of Corion on the shield. And as I do so, speak a few words in Celestial, and then point the blade at him.
Excellent. He acknowledges that has happened and is very, very disconcerted by it. I think it would be fair to say.
And then in common, assuming he doesn't speak Celestial, in common, I'll call out and I'll say, she's not surrendering to anyone here today. Leave or die.
Excellent. And that, I think, will bring us to some initiatives.
Oh, I finally rolled a good initiative for once. I got a 15.
Excellent.
10.
Wonderful.
11.
All right, and oddly enough, puts him at a 17. So he will go first.
But did my arrow hit him?
Your arrow did hit him, and you shot him in the shoulder, and he's sad about being shot in the shoulder.
And it just, oh.
And that shit hurted. He would say, but probably that's probably about all the feedback that you're going to get. I just need to make a quick check about this fine young gentleman's spell list.
No.
Well, that's okay. He's about to get coned of colded.
Oh man, they are lined up so very perfectly for that.
Huh?
I love watching you just abuse your power.
I suddenly feel like I might have been a bit premature on using my channel of divinity. It's a short rest thing. It's fine. We'll be okay.
Amazing.
Okay.
Why give us power if not to abuse it?
He is going, I mean, that's a valid point.
The player's creed.
That is a valid point. He is going to cast darkness. And he's going to center it right there, creating a sphere of magical darkness.
Rude.
Quite, isn't it? Yep. So that's filling that last little bit there. All right. So the areas that are covered in the ichor are covered in darkness. His minions are going to sort of sally forth, as it were.
It's a really cool animation effect.
I like it.
Oh, they're breaking formation.
No, man, you shouldn't have told Travis your plan.
Always
Oh,
deceive the DM.
It's not necessarily a better formation they're getting into. So they all sort of move around to take a tactical position. And that then will bring us to Ithrin.
All right. So my plan was to take a 5-foot step diagonal, but I think with the darkness, she's not going to risk it. She's just going to do her best to like aim and cone.
Right, in the general direction that was
Mhm.
previously excellent. Can you tell me off the top of your head or by looking in your D&D Beyond, what level is Cone of Cold?
It is 5th level. And it costs 2 charges from the amulet.
Okay, and here comes a spellcasting ability check and some hope.
Someone has counterspell.
Hopefully the undead do not, though.
Baby's first counter spell.
Natural 20.
Oh,
You
no.
call upon the you call upon the power of the amulet, and like a little snowflake, like just one little puff of snow falls out of the front of it.
Oh, no. Can I tell that I've been counterspelled?
Make an Arcana check. You can absolutely tell the spell did not resolve, so you're assuming that yes, probably.
Okay. All right. So the necklace isn't mad at me. It's just this guy's an even bigger asshole.
Correct.
Okay.
That brings us to to Alan. Unless you have any other movement or any other action you'd like to take.
I'm
I'm
gonna.
good.
Is the 5 foot right?
What's 5? Yeah, 5 foot squares. Yes, absolutely.
So I'm gonna run over there.
Okay.
And I'm just gonna shoot a crossbow into the darkness and hope that it hits.
All right, you make an attack check at disadvantage.
A disadvantage.
Mhm.
Fine. $17.
Roll your damage.
Hell yes. 8 damage.
Excellent. You hear ah on the other side.
And I feel like I'll go, yes.
All right. And that will bring us to Alcles.
All right.
Are you real quick before that, are you moving at all, Alan, as well, or are you just firing?
Oh, I moved to fire. I don't
Okay.
think I can move anymore, right?
Yeah, well, no, you can't dash because you already used your move.
Yeah. Can I do 2 attacks since I have
If you have the extra attack feature, which yes, please remember to do that.
yeah, I have wait. Extra attack, yeah. I can attack twice whenever I take the attack action. All
Go
right, I'll
for
try again. And again, a disadvantage, right?
Again, at disadvantage, yes, because you're firing blind.
16.
Roll your damage.
7 piercing.
Holy crap. All right. Guard me, my minions. That brings us to Alcles. Sorry.
Alcles is just going to charge straight through until he
All
comes
right.
out the other side. With his with 60 feet of movement from where I was, would I be able to get here?
Yeah, you would land basically right where that is.
Okay. As I'm moving through, I'm going to cast Divine Favor,
Okay.
which will sheathe my already glowing sword in a little bit crisper, cleaner, radiant energy. And then when I get there, I'm going to punch him in the face with a sword.
Excellent.
And I have, because I have mounted combatant feat, when I'm mounted, I have advantage on melee attack rolls against anything not mounted that is smaller than my mount, which is large.
Yeah, that is accurate.
So I'll attack him with advantage. That will be a 23 to hit.
That will absolutely hit.
So that will be 14, and then a D4 will be 16 points of damage for the first hit.
All right.
5 of which is radiant, if that matters.
It does not. You're hitting the wizard, I assume, correct?
Yes.
It does not matter for that.
Does he have to make any sort of concentration checks in the darkness?
Yes, thank you.
Who the
like it when
fuck is this
archers-
guy? He's just nat 20ing all his saves.
He
don't
does
like
not lose concentration.
Cool. I'm gonna do it again.
All right, go ahead and roll.
That sucked. 11 to hit with advantage.
You swing and he like stumbles backwards and like the blade, like the tip of the blade, like just nicks his nose.
I'll just say, you had your chance.
He starts screaming. To me, my minions! And that will bring us back to the top of the order. And with that, we will shift focus again. So please, if you don't mind, Corey, resume control of Charlon. And I do believe that that puts us to Haiku. What would you like to do?
I'm gonna move here. And I'm gonna shoot him with a witch bolt.
All right. Are you trying to remain stealthful?
Yeah, as I walk over there.
Yeah, go ahead and just give me a stealth check just to see if you can fool. You'll have advantage on it because of your spell anyway. But,
23.
okay, yeah, he doesn't notice you. He's very confused.
And
He just got
24 hit.
thundered too. So
Right. Was it 14 to hit?
Yeah.
24 to hit. Oh, that will absolutely hit.
Yeah. So it takes 8 lightning damage and then 4 necrotic damage.
Excellent. 8 lightning, 4 necrotic.
Yep.
It lets out a sharp wail of agony. Just double, triple check a thing. Did you have any other actions?
No, it's all I can do right now.
Glorious. All right, Charlie.
Okay. I think I'm gonna cast Dissonant Whispers.
All right.
Is there a reason I shouldn't do this?
No, that's awesome.
All right, I'm gonna cast it at 3rd level because I'm that bitch. So it is a Wisdom save. Yeah, a Wisdom saving throw. On a failed save, it takes 3d6 psychic and must immediately use its reaction, if available, to move as far away as its speed allows away from me. Blah 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 blah. On a successful save, the target takes half as much damage and doesn't have to move away.
And remind me again, it is saves and ability checks with Hex, correct? That he has disadvantage on, or is it just ability checks? Just ability checks. So actually, yeah, he makes the save, so he'll take half. Whisper into his mind, and it gets confused.
I just dropped my second die of the
Or
night.
more confused, I guess I should say.
That's 19, so it's whatever half of that is.
All right, so
I just dropped another damn die like
9.
a crazy person.
10. All right.
Do something
It-
about me.
Lets out another wail, and like acid is like kind of spitting out of the sides of its mouth. It is definitely on the ropes, definitely angry, definitely scared. Do you have any other actions you would like to take, Charlie?
Sure, I'll give Bardic Inspiration to, oh wait, can I? No, Haiku's too far away.
Okay. Excellent.
Pretty sure, hold on.
Haiku zigged when he should have zagged.
Yeah, that's more than 60, isn't it?
I think it's way more than 60.
Yeah, I'm like 70 feet away.
Okay, yeah. So I cannot.
The voice cannot reach.
If you want to get closer.
Blinded. She really wants to go somewhere.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Forgot she's blinded.
All right. And the mock dragon now goes. It's now aware of your location. And it is going to.
Who, me?
No, Charlung and Charlie. Because the dissonant whispers was a good way to get its direct attention. It's going to make its way toward you. And leap up here. And fire off a multi-attack routine.
I'm gonna say, oops, my bad.
It's going to tail sweep at Charlie and bite at Charlong. Or no, just tail sweeps at both of you. So I need you both to make a dexterity saving throw. Charlie, you're blinded. You will have disadvantage on this save.
He's still a little bitch. I got a 9.
All right.
Hey, we got the same.
All right.
Got a
so
9.
you are both knocked prone, and you both take. No, not that. Never that. You both take 10 bludgeoning. And then he's going to bite Charlung. This will have advantage because Charlung is prone.
He really is a butthole.
Sorry, how much damage did we take?
10 bludgeoning.
10.
From getting knocked on your Tukai? Would that be the plural of Tukus? Tukuses?
Or Tookies.
Yes. And does a 17 hit you, Charlon?
Oh, yeah.
All
the
right,
13 hit me, so.
You are bitten. I need you to make a dexterity saving throw. Oh, nope, never mind. You don't need to. You're not of the appropriate size. However, you do take 8 piercing from the bite. As it rips into your flesh.
Awesome. I do my best to keep a hand on Charlie.
All right. It is your action now, Charlene. What would you like to do?
All right. Trying to think of how to maximize the damage. I'm gonna quicken a thunder step. So me and Charlie go. It's a 90-foot range. So basically past.
Past Haiku.
Past Haiku. Actually, no, I can only go 60 for my ranged attack anyway. So whatever 60 feet is. And then I'll turn around and Ray of Frost it with a...
Oh, gotcha.
Oh, shit. Does a 25 hit?
A 25 will hit. Let me
Okay. So
find you 60 feet. So 60 feet actually won't get you to Haiku quite.
Okay, so short of Haiku then.
Yeah, but I'll pop you over there.
Charlie behind me, since I think Charlie's weaker in HP than me. And it takes con save versus half on 12 thunder. DC 14 con save. 12 damage. Or half.
Fails. So it's taking 12 thunder, and then what?
And then the ray of frost will do. Ooh, nice. 14.
Excellent. Would you like the honors of describing the fall of this mock dragon?
Sure. Like, so Sharlung from inside the grip of its mouth gets an eye on where Haiku is standing and just smiles, grabs Charlie and appears at the other location, and a tattoo on his arm. Their arm highlights and goes flying out, an ice knife piercing through the eye of the dragon.
Excellent. The ice knife hits the eye, and the jaw sort of drops slack to the side, and then like waves as the dragon is swaying, and like falls, like flesh rips as the jaw falls to the ground, followed by the rest of the dragon. Congratulations, you've slain a mock dragon.
All right, let's go get that head.
Meanwhile, across the horn saw, if you could be so kind, Corey, to switch characters again. This poor wizard is begging for his life, but it's not going to leave it just to fate. He is going to cast false life on himself. Because he is not in great shape. And he'll use a 4th level spell slot for this. So it's 3, 7. So it's 22 temporary hit points. And he is going to then not do much. However, his zombies and skeletons, oh my, are going to basically mob Iolocles.
That's what I'm there
So
for.
the first zombie is going to take a swipe at you. I assume a 9 does not hit.
No.
Zombie 2, gonna swipe. 19?
Does hit.
Excellent. You take 6 bludgeoning, or however that would apply with your any resistances you might have. Zombie 5 is going to step in on you and swipe. They're just all sort of clawing at you. It's another 5 bludgeon.
Jesus. Yep.
This is how hordes hit. 12, I assume, does not get you, correct?
No.
And you see the skeleton that sort of stepped off to the side fire a short bow at you. Well, pick up a short bow and draw back. And when it goes to fire the short bow, you see the arrow fly very wide as its entire forearm comes off. And it looks down at itself. And the last skeleton is going to, at disadvantage, try to pop a short bow into Olland. Does a 16 hit you, Olland?
Sorry, I was muted. Yes, it does.
Excellent. You take 3 piercing as you see an arrow come flying through the darkness and hit you in your shoulder.
Fuck.
Next up, that brings us to Ithrin. What do you got?
So is there a way that I can make my way out of the darkness, possibly by following the sounds of Iolocles?
Yeah, you can make a perception check, and I believe, if I'm not mistaken, don't you have advantage on perception checks related to hearing and smell? I thought Slytherin did. I could be wrong.
Yeah, let me
And
check.
that is like top of the head, so I could be wrong. This is only the third system I've run a game in this week, so
I am not. I have advantage on saving throws against disease,
all right, cool.
and I've got dark vision.
That's my bad. All right, yeah. So you can make a perception check. You won't have advantage, but
Okay. 10.
yeah, that's enough to wander at least in the basic right direction. I mean, there's kind of a percussion effect happening as all of these zombies are bashing on a hollow suit of plate now. So, it's kind of like dong 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 dong, like a bell ringing, so it's not too hard to follow.
Okay, so that gets me out there. Hooray! So that would
Catherine,
be
there you
my
are.
move action. Yes, here I am. I don't want to cone of cold this anymore because that would get Iolocles, and I like him.
Thank you.
Let's see. All right. None of my spells seem especially suited to the situation. So I'm just gonna whap one with a scimitar.
Excellent. Just swinging at the first zombie you see with a scimitar.
Ooh, 20, not natural.
Excellent. You absolutely hit. We'll say zombie 3 as it's right in front of you. Go ahead and roll your damage.
5 damage.
Beautiful. And is that scimitar magical?
No, it was just one of my starting weapons.
When you hit this thing with the scimitar, you see like literal sparks fly off of its flesh.
Oh, okay. Well, I know what I'm doing next round now. That is my turn.
Excellent.
Well, do I get a bonus action?
You have a bonus action, yes. I would like to, however, and you also do have a reaction. I would like to, however, inform you that as you come up and make that swipe, Zombie 4, who has not acted yet, lunges toward you, basically, tries groping at you.
Okay.
As if it was reserving an action. And it got a 21. So
Okay.
it grabs you on your snout for 3 bludgeoning.
Okay. I'm going to use my bonus action to cast Shillelagh. So I will have a magic weapon next turn.
Excellent.
And that is my turn.
As Judge Mills Lane would say. Alan, what would you like to do?
Astro is wonky for me right now because it's like, old computer, but I'm gonna not dash, I'm just gonna run 1, 2, 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30.
I have a very quick question.
I have a quick answer.
We were given temporary hit points last session. Are those still around?
Yes.
Okay.
Assume so.
Cool. Thank you. That's all. Carry on.
Awesome.
How many was that? I don't remember that. Those cleared when I long rested.
Oh, you should have had
I had 5.
yes.
Okay.
Cool. So I dashed over here because the next turn I'll be able to join them probably, hopefully.
You only move 30, right? Or did
how
you
many
your full
can
move?
move?
You can move 30 and still act. So
Yeah,
you could put 2 arrows in that skeleton.
Yeah. But I'm too far away to melee inside that zombie thing. So I ran over here and then I'm gonna throw arrows into the thing and see if I can hit him again.
Oh, you're going into the darkness, not the skeleton? Because you do have a clear line of sight on skeleton too.
Oh, is the kid still in the darkness?
As far as you can tell, yes.
So I guess I'll do one into the darkness, see if I hit the kid, and then my second action, I'll do the skeleton.
Okay, so make the first attack at disadvantage and the second attack normally.
Okay.
I love that he's a vile, evil necromancer, but we're referring to
It
him
was
as a kid
10, probably.
as we murder him.
10 doesn't hit.
10 does not hit him, but it does hit one of the zombies.
Oh, cool.
The zombie
yeah.
that you had hit before, Ithrin, like catches a dart like in the side of the head. Go ahead and roll your damage for it. That is not a magical arrow, correct?
No.
Okay, so you got 10 on damage.
10 on damage, yes.
All right, so he takes 5. All right, and go ahead and make your normal attack roll for the skeleton. It does definitely lodge in, so he's got kind of like a Steve Martin vibe going right now.
Oh, that's great. I'm sorry, I'm just taking notes.
Starts singing Maxwell's Silver Hammer.
And then to hit the skeleton too, it's 24.
Nice. Yeah, that absolutely hits. That wasn't a nat 20, was it?
No, it was 19.
Beautiful. Do I know any damage?
6 damage.
All right. It takes 1 because skeletons are resistant to piercing, and it's got adamantine undead. No, I guess that wouldn't double it. So yeah, it takes 3.
And then I'm gonna use I'm gonna save it. I was gonna use action surge, but I'm gonna save it.
All right, you can save the action search.
Yeah, I'm gonna save it.
Beautiful. And that will bring us then to Ialcles. What would you like to do?
No, I had forgotten, but I rolled my concentration checks for divine favor for the 2 hits, and it's still up.
Appreciate it.
You know, the whole begging for his life thing, I was going to parlay for mercy, but then his zombies tried to eat me. So fuck this guy officially. So I'm going to attempt to stab him twice again.
All right. Go ahead and roll. I'm gonna go ahead and roll normal. It's fine. I was thinking about maybe in putting disadvantage on you because there are people actively beating on you, but I don't think any of them are distracting you to the point that it's going to cause disadvantage with a swing.
A 21 to hit and a 24 to hit.
Both of those will hit. Go ahead and actually, yep, both of those will hit. Though when you make that first swing, you see like a skeletal like plate of energy. It looks like a shield made out of bone appear in front of him, and you just crush straight through it.
Nice. So the first one will be 15. Oh wait, hold on. 15. Be 18 points of damage from the first strike.
Oh.
Oof.
All right.
And the second one's not so great. The second one's going to be only 15 points of damage from this, so 33 all in.
Jesus Christ.
All right. Would you like to illustrate what happens as the second blow comes down onto this young elven man?
Iolocles, the first one, and that kind of skeletal shield comes up, and as the sword hits it, the that divine favor that he had cast on it, and you see the holy symbol of Corion on the shield kind of pulse a little bit, and it carves through it and hits him and gets through the clavicle, and then he just basically reaches down and just pushes it the rest of the way through and comes around and pulls it back up, and it instead of like decapitating it, like goes through this collarbone under and up back through this one and cauterizing the wounds as it happens with the radiant energy.
Love it. The head hits the ground and the eyes are like looking around panicked for a moment, and then they fix on Iolocles for just a moment, and there's like this brief, you see the panic abate and just absolute clarity as the last bit of air left in this creature's throat presses forward, and he whispers, "You're doomed," and dies.
I move my horse up and step on his head because I don't like decapitated heads that talk to me. It's weird.
That is fair.
So that's that. No bonus actions to take, and I'm good with my movement. So I'm gonna stay put. I'm good.
Okay.
That's it.
That immediately ends the darkness. But it does not, in fact.
I'll call back and I'll say, I made the darkness go away for you, Allen.
It does not, in fact, seem to have any effect whatsoever on the zombies, however, who all fall in and start beating on Alacles again.
Do it.
Zombie 3 is going to take his swipe. 14, I assume, does not hit.
No.
20.
Yes.
7 bludgeoning from that hit.
Okay.
Another 14, no joy.
Nope.
A 15.
Nope.
No joy. Excellent.
Nope. AC 18.
Zombie 4 is not close to you, but has Ithrin by the nose and is going to like just bring the hand that's got Ithrin's snout and the other hand like together violently. Not with a 10, it won't. So it tries, and Ithrin, you're like, really? That's what you got? Skeleton 1 is going to step back around the tree over here and fire at Alacles and get a 6, shoots way wide. Skeleton 2 is going to fire at Alland, getting 11, also fires way wide. That brings us to the top of, or that brings us to Ithrin. What would you like to do?
I'm thwapping the zombie that just tried to nose punch me with my shillelagh.
Excellent. Go ahead and make your attack check, please.
Oh God, I got a 10. I'm gonna use my inspiration.
I don't use your inspiration. The zombie's got an AC of 8. You tag it, absolutely. I do need to check something though. If I'm not mistaken, they are still under the effects of a certain spell.
Okay.
So go ahead and roll your damage. You do
7.
hit it though. And it is a magic weapon, right?
Yeah, because of the shillelagh.
Excellent. You crack it across its face and it spits out some teeth and a bit of jawbone. Do you have any bonus actions or anything else? Movement?
No, I'm pretty content right here, exchanging flaps with this zombie.
Excellent. Alan, what do you got?
So now, synchronize. I'm still short, I guess, of getting in the mob, but I'm gonna run. This is about 30, right?
Yep. And then you can move that amount and still get both your attacks off with the longbow.
Yeah, so I'm gonna longbow skeleton 2 again since we have been engaged.
Sure.
Let's see. 20, not natural.
All right, you tag it. Go ahead and drop the damage on that sucker.
8.
All right, it takes 4.
Then again,
No.
11
Wrong
doesn't hit.
one. 11
Yeah.
might hit. Hold on. Just checking. 11 does not hit. You fire that second arrow and it goes like between the open gap in its ribs. And that brings us to our guy Alacles. What would you like to do?
Sword punch. I'm gonna hit one swing at zombie 3 and one swing at the one to the north of me.
And do you need to drop concentration checks on that
Oh yeah, I got hit once, right?
Yeah, hit one time. Yep.
Sorry.
No, you're good.
17. Yeah. So do you need me to split if I hit? Do you need me to split divine damage out, or just know that the radiant damage is in there?
Just the fact that the radiant damage is in there is
Okay.
Good to know.
All right, so I'm going to do 1 to the guy directly to my south and 1 to the guy directly to my north. So that'll be an 18 to hit southern guy and a 13 to hit the northern guy.
You will hit both.
And that will be 17 points of damage to zombie 3, including some radiant.
All right, that drops him like a bad habit.
And 12 to the north.
All right, 12 is still north. Zombie 2 is still up at the north of you. But please, how does zombie 3 drop?
Incinerates
Excellent.
all the radiant damage. The sword carves in, and then the radiant damage just kind of pulses in him, and just ash. If you've ever seen like how the vampires dust in Buffy, just
It's a cloud of what was
Yeah.
once a zombie.
Yeah.
Beautiful. And that concludes your turn, correct?
yes.
Wonderful. Let's squeeze in one more round of combat for y'all before we shift our focus one more time back across. So the zombies who remain. Zombie 4 is going to bring a knee up into Ithrin's jaw. Because he's rude and was a street fighter when he was alive. Does a 15 get you, Ithrin?
Oh, my AC is 14. Yes, it does.
You take 5 bludgeoning from a knee to the bottom jaw. And it like, you get like that teeth chattering against one another sort of soreness. But I assume you're still fine. Zombie 2, gonna keep batting at Iolocles. Does an 18 get you?
Just barely.
It's 4 bludgeoning. Zombie 1 steps in, takes a swipe at you. For 5 bludgeoning. They're just sort of peeling and pulling at armor. And you start to see like little bits of, as they're pulling and as these impacts are hitting, like little bits of your armor starting to flake off a little bit and like revealing like little rusty patches underneath.
Great. It's
Z-
fine.
Zombie
It's fine.
5 takes a swipe at you. Misses horribly. It's embarrassing. You don't even register that has happened. Skeleton 1 is going to fire the short bow at Alan with a 15. Does a 15 hit you, Alan?
Fuck. Yes.
That's 3 piercing.
Ah,
And
No
Skeleton
good,
2
senor.
fires at you with a 16 for 4 piercing. So Alan, as you're running up and like shooting arrows out, like they start just hitting you in the chest, arrows left and right.
I am not happy about this.
And that then brings us to Ithrin, if I'm not mistaken. Yes, Ithrin, it was your action.
Yes. Swappy.
Excellent.
13.
13 hits.
Aw, I rolled a 1 for damage, but with the bonuses, that brings it up to 5.
Excellent. You crack him across the jaw. He spits out a few more teeth and looks at you and snarls. Alan.
All right, I'm pissed. So I'm gonna throw my crossbow down and pull my hammer out, and I'm gonna run and I'm gonna try to uppercut this motherfucker skeleton 2 with my hammer.
All right, you run up and just like come under his jaw with the hammer.
Yeah, that's
Go
the
ahead and make
idea.
your- that's
I
your
need
first
to
attack.
see the art piece of this uppercut swing, like as it's connecting, as the skull starts to shatter and the hammer's moving through it. I need
Like,
to see
let's
that.
hope it hits and I don't miss horribly.
If you miss, I really need to see the art piece.
19
19 will
hit.
absolutely hit.
Hell yes. And then 13
All right.
bludgeoning.
Which normally he would have vulnerability to, but he's
It's
got
a crit.
adamantine undead. What's that?
It's a crit 10 on a 10.
Oh yeah, I thought you meant like for you to hit. The adamantine undead cancels out his vulnerability, so he only takes 13, which is still enough to knock his head clean off of his shoulders. Please describe how this occurs.
So I'm gonna hit him right where the jaw connects with the neck, and it's gonna spin like it's gonna have like a football like kind of back spin as it flies away out of his body, and his body is gonna fall to its knees, and I'm just gonna kick him in the chest plate back as his body falls down.
This is
Just to like, get him out of the way. Yeah.
All right. You have 10 more feet of movement without using your action surge.
Okay,
and you
so-
still have the extra attack.
Cool. So I'm gonna move into the horde of zombies.
All right, you're only going to be able to get on that first 10 feet.
Sure.
You'll only be able to get, well,
Zombie
I guess
3.
Zombie 3 is down.
Oh, zombie 2.
You won't, your hammer doesn't have reach, does it?
5 feet.
Oh, then, okay, then, yep. So you would basically, if you wanted to still attack, you could action surge at this point. You just would lose one of your attacks from the attack, but then you'd have your full routine.
Can't you action surge to give someone else an attack too?
I can.
Well, that's not action surge though. That's using your.
No, that's
using your
what's it
reaction, right?
called? That's commander's strike.
It's a battle master maneuver, right?
Attack on my turn. But I'm gonna take the action surge since I'm in there, because then I can use a sweeping attack.
Okay.
Because when I hit with a melee weapon attack, I can expend one superiority die to deal damage to another creature within 5 feet of the original target and within your reach if the original attack would hit, equal to the number I roll on my superiority die.
Okay. Excellent.
Okay, so I'll run the 10 feet next to Ithrin, and then I will attack for 22.
22 to hit on the first one?
Yeah, 22 to hit.
Absolutely.
And that's 6 bludgeoning.
All right. So it will actually take 3, and that's off your first attack.
Yeah.
So you're going to use a sweeping attack. You're going to blow the
Yeah.
maneuver to do a sweeping attack. So that lets you hit the one next to it, right?
Yeah.
And what do you need to do in order to hit the one next to it?
I need to roll a superiority die. So I'll use a superiority die. It's a D8.
I think it just takes the damage.
Okay.
Yeah, it like if the first one hits, the other one takes whatever I roll in this D8 for damage.
Okay.
D8 is the
It's the
third
diamond.
one.
Yep.
Yeah. 4 damage.
All right. So it winds up taking 2 because it's got the resistance to bludgeoning. And then you still get one more attack. So if you still have a superiority die, you could hit that one with the regular attack and then sweep back to the other one.
Oh, cool. Let's
If you
do
have
that.
another superiority die, you can spend.
I do.
Because the spending of the superiority die does not take an action, correct? Yeah. So yeah, as long as you still have a superiority die, you can...
All right, I'll do
You're
it.
playing
I'll do
xylophone
another
with zombie
superiority
faces.
die. Yeah, let's do it. I have 4 superiority die, so
All right. Yeah, go for it.
7 bludgeoning.
What would you get to hit on that second? You gotta roll
Oh,
to
it
hit
hits
on the second.
automatically, right? From the sweeping attack.
No, but like no. So like the sweeping
Oh.
attack lets you hit 1, and then so you can roll to attack the second one. But you can keep that 7 as damage on the second, as long as you hit
Oh,
on
okay.
the second
Oh,
attack.
sorry, I rolled the wrong thing.
You're
Hang
fine.
on. It's sorry, it's not going.
No, it's all good.
Clear all Warhammer. 17 to hit for the second one.
Oh yeah, absolutely. So go ahead and roll damage on that.
That was 7 damage, right?
No, the 7 is from your superiority die for the second one that gets hit. So you'll roll your regular hammer damage for this.
Oh shit. I am lost, but I'll keep attacking as long as you tell me. All right, 7. I'm just gonna like fucking Wolverine, just flailing
All
everywhere.
right. So neither one of them drop, but you walk up and like bring the hammer across both of them, and then like bring it back on like a backswing. And so it's almost like a Three Stooges skit happens over in the corner in front of Ithrin. And that brings us to Ialocles. What would you like to do?
One attack at zombie 1 and one attack at zombie 5.
Excellent.
So the first one at zombie 1 will be 24
That will absolutely
to
hit.
hit. So that will be. I'm gonna be 14 points of damage, including some radiant.
Excellent. It is still up.
Can I add a smite onto that?
Yeah, you can blow for a smite.
Let's do a smite. So that'll be. Let's turn 14 into 28 total.
Yeah.
I'll burn a
Please.
first level smite.
Tell us what happens when that smite goes off.
I mean, this one it's like the same kind of incinerating ash, but as he's bringing it down and he pushes that smite into it, it like burns him top down. The sword never actually gets to touch.
I like it. Like he ashes before it touches the blade.
Yeah.
That's dope. I love
It
it.
just parts the sea. And then I'll turn around, and then zombie 5, the damage on him will be. He's already taken some damage, right?
Yes, both he
Okay,
and
so-
2 have.
Probably not going to smite him then. Yeah, so that'll be 14 points of damage on number 5.
Excellent. He drops. How again? The same sort of look.
Yeah.
To it.
Just
Beautiful.
ashing the undead.
Excellent.
So the symbol of Corion on the shield, like every time I kill one, just kind of pulses with magic.
The others start to fall in as we crossfade across Gelspad, or across the Hornsaw Forest. At any rate, back to our friends over in the Reed Clan village, or on the outskirts of it. You have just managed to decapitate this mock dragon. How are you going to go about collecting that head, Haiku?
I got that short sword that I got from Mark, so I'm just gonna start chopping.
Excellent.
While he's
you-
I'm
doing
gonna-
that,
Oh, yeah.
I was gonna say let's go check out the little cave, see if it happened to have found anything interesting.
I'm gonna throw down a lesser restoration on myself, so I don't have to wait until I'm not blind anymore.
Excellent. You restore yourself lesserly. And Charlong, you're gonna examine the cave.
Yeah, I'm gonna check around and see if it had any loot.
Then
Probably
you need an
not.
investigation check.
17.
So in the back of the cave, you find what looks like the like shin guard, boot, and like riding spur of a Calastian black dragon, of one of their mount riders. It's still in a saddle that looks like maybe this mock dragon chewed off at some point. And judging by the smell, this happened sometime in the past few weeks, as the flesh inside this boot is still rotting.
Well, then I think that means we got the right thing, right?
Yeah, I was checking to see if I
Cheers.
had prestidigitation to like make the smell go away or something, but I don't.
The saddle does still have saddlebags on it, though.
I'll like put my arm over my nose and like go over and try to take a look through the bags and see if there's any.
There's a couple things. You find 12 gold pieces in Calastian coin. You find what appears to be a locket that maybe looks like it might have been at some point attached to a chain, but there's no longer a chain on it. Inside, there is like an etching of what looks like a human man, probably in his 20s or maybe early 30s. Looks like the image has been carved onto the inside of the locket, perhaps with like precision tools. You are, in fact, familiar with a gnome tinker that you knew from your youth by the name of Arturian Thundertwig, who had such skills and was able to make a fairly decent living by selling lockets with people for portraits of loved ones. So you're assuming it's something along those lines. And you find a scroll case. Inside the scroll case is a scroll written in the Calastian tongue.
Does anyone read Calastian?
I mean, I have comprehend languages. Is it worth that?
As you finish removing the head haiku, you hear, "Does anyone read Calastian?" Echo from outside of the cave.
And I do not. So I'm gonna hang back here and try to like. I'm just like in my head thinking about like the coolest way to like walk into like the village again. You're like, like they were like, "Oh, there's me," and I'm like, okay. I'm gonna go in there. I'm gonna have like this like head over my shoulder, and I'm gonna have like thaumaturgy on my eyes so it looks like they're glowing. I'm saying like badass, just to flex on these elves,
I love it. So as
Yeah.
you're planning your grand reentry,
I was gonna say I cast 2 3rd-level spells, one of them quickened, and I have the Bane of Luminance, so I am literally glowing. Like all of my tattoos are just like blue fire as we walk back
right.
into.
Are you going to drop that comprehend languages, Charlie?
Or I guess if nobody else knows it, sure.
Excellent. It appears to be a handwritten letter. And it says, Your Eminence, I am pleased to share with you that I have found what I believe to be the secret to weakening the forces that currently occupy the Gleaming Valley. I would like to arrange some sort of a meeting between our peoples under a flag of truce. Our goals align here, and there is no reason for us to allow past aggressions to stand between what we both want. Please send word upon your receipt so that we might begin negotiations and discussions. Hopefully, Lucian Dane, the Gray Messiah.
All right, obviously, I'll read that to everybody, but do I know who that is?
You can make a history check if you would like.
15.
Yeah, so what you know is that the necromancers of Glividatel tend to be relatively isolationist and relatively insular. They don't go out much. Lucian Dane is a notable exception to this. He's been known to travel outside of Livid on various campaigns to acquire magical knowledge, to seek to find alliances for Livid and he's known to be one of the more powerful necromancers that resides there. Rumor has it that only the original necromancers who founded the city are more powerful than he. According to rumor, he has done such feats of magic, such as pull the living skeletons out of an entire battalion of warriors on the battlefield with the wave of his hand.
Fancy.
Yeah. He's known to be merciless, but also unfailingly polite. And the people of Livid refer to him as the Gray Messiah because they believe he is prophesized to seize control of the boundaries between living and the dead and grant them the key to true immortality. And on that note, that's where we'll wrap things up for this week.
Well done.
So, any questions, comments, complaints, or concerns about this week's session?
Nah. We killed some shit.
Yiggity.
Oh my
You-
gosh.
You slew your first dragon in the Scarred Lands.
Hey.
Nice.
Congratulations on that. You fought off some undead and grossly complicated things for yourselves. Can't wait to tell you about that next session. But we will get
They
into that.
started it.
It's true.
I mean, no argument for me. We'll get into that though next time. So we're going to do our outros real fast. Everybody go ahead and tell us who they are, what they do, their pronouns, where we can find them online, all that sort of thing. And we'll start things off with our guest, Iolocles. Please give us all of your pertinent details.
I don't really do social media, but my name is James, he, him. I play Iolocles. I work in Amazon Web Services as a cloud infrastructure engineer, and I love D&D a lot.
We are thrilled to have you. Thank you so much for being here. This has been so much fun, and I'm looking forward to seeing how the rest of this leg of the journey shakes out, especially given the events of today. Next up, we have Ithrin. Please give us your pertinent details.
Hello, my name is Rachel. I am still on fires pretty much everywhere on the internet. You will find me tomorrow of Warple Tales, wrapping up a Changeling the Lost 3-shot. There's something eating keepers in Arcadia. It's bad. And then on Friday, I'm going to be back on Warple Tales running Masks of Nyarlathotep, a Call of Cthulhu campaign. That should also be a lot of fun. You can also see me there Sundays and Mondays, and then doing a little bit of streaming on my private channel as well.
Excellent. And that's Stolen Fires, correct? Also as well?
Yep, mostly on Twitter, Twitch, and Instagram.
Beautiful. Next up, Alan, please give us your pertinence.
Hi guys, I'm Milena. I play Holland, who got to kill some things today, so I'm always happy. I get to kill things. In real life, illustrator, comic book artist, in Chicagoland area. You can find me on Patreon. So just Milena Daneno on Patreon. Or I also have a Tumblr, if that's still a thing for you, is currykitty.tumblr.com. So find me there if you want to just see memes all day.
Beautiful. I love it. Charlon, please give us your pertinence.
Hey there, I'm Corey Frang, aka Narf on the interwebs. You can find me around. I'm on Vorpal Tales on Sunday night. We're doing a D&D 5e prehistoric setting called Plangea. That's in Kickstarter right now. It's super fun. Come check that one out. And doing a video game called Caves of Cud, QUD. That if you're into roguelikes or story-driven craziness, the game gets insane. Check it out. It's on
Beautiful.
itch.io and Steam and places where you get your games.
And those links are in the chat as well. The Caves of Cud website is linked in the chat. And then next up we have Haiku. Please give us your pertinence.
Hey guys, I'm Mike Mutant, he, him, playing Haiku, also he, him. In real life, I've decided I'm a comic artist again this week, so let's find out if I am next week. But right now I am working on comics and stuff. You can find me pretty much everywhere at Mike Mutant. And if you wanted to read said issues of comics that are currently out, I have a Tumblr, which I am linking in the chat right now. But yeah, if you want to find any other things about me, Mike Mutant, pretty much everything.
Pop your link in the Zoom chat and I'll throw it up in the.
I just did right there. It's on Twitch.
But
No,
it's
it
not,
blocked
though.
you.
Twitch ate
Oh,
it.
it's not?
So
Oh,
yeah,
Yeah.
pop
Twitch
in the
was
Zoom
like,
chat and I'll
nah.
copy it over.
oh, okay. Well, there you go.
Thank you much. So yeah, go over there and read the Freaks because it's dope.
Thank you.
And then that brings us to Charlie. Please give us your pertinence.
I am Sarah Charnover, she, her. I play Charlie, she, her mostly. And I do things. I play games on Twitch and I do writing stuff on YouTube and I talk shit on Twitter. And I'm Wordsmith Sarah basically everywhere. And yeah, that's good enough.
Excellent. And I guess that just leaves me. I am Travis Legge, he, him, they's fine too. And when I'm not doing this, I am writing games or running games here over at Plastic Age Plays on Twitch or over at Roll for Seduction on Twitch. I'm going to throw Sarah's link here in the chat right quick. And then I also would like to just remind everyone, we have been playing through Dead Man's Rust. We're still pretty early on in the campaign. If you would like to bring Dead Man's Rust to your table, you can head over to Backer Kit right now and you can pre-order it. And that will actually give you access to the full manuscript that's not been edited yet, but it is everything you need to run the game, as well as give you a chance to pick up some of the extra perks and whatnot that are available. So that is going in the chat
So
right
metal.
now. It is pretty metal. I'm pretty pleased with how it's come together.
So metal.
And then I also wanted to let you all know that I will be back here on Monday where I will be running Trinity Continuum Anima, which is the next Kickstarter. In fact, it begins tomorrow at 2 p.m. Eastern, but if you head over to the Trinity Continuum Anima Kickstarter page right now, you can follow the page and get a notification as soon as the Kickstarter goes live, so you can be among the first backers. That is a futuristic cyberpunk setting taking place within the Trinity Continuum, and it actually there's like a game within a game where you play in a MMO called Terra Surge. So you create a secondary character for your MMO. There's a whole subsystem for playing in that world. We're going to be exploring both worlds on Monday and every Monday during the Kickstarter right here at twitch.tv/the Onyx Path. And then lastly, I also want to remind everyone a personal point of pride that today the advanced PDF for Party Beach Creature Feature, a jumpstart for They Came From Beneath the Sea, was released at Drive-Thru RPG. So you can get that at a reduced price right now, actually. And then if you want to leave feedback about it and whatnot, fill out errata forms, let us know what you think, and we will then have the official release once we've entered all of the errata and so on and so forth. And I've just thrown the link to that in the chat as well. So I'll be back here Monday. Until then, if you've not yet done so, please go get your shots. If you have done so, please go get your booster. If you've done that too, thank you for being a decent human being. Greatly appreciate it. Please convince everyone else in your life to do the same. And yeah, and take care of yourselves and one another. And we will see you again real soon. Bye.